Hello. I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello.
Literally.
Welcome back.
You are.
Welcome back. What's going on? I think I just spit on myself.
Oh my god.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome the fabulous Justine Marjan. I'm sure all of you guys have always or have heard me drop the name Justine in all my hair tutorials because I have one hair tutorial that I always do. And it's the beach waves, the textured, tousled, effortless beach waves.
It's like a signature classic look. But you've got it down. I've got it down. So good when she does it.
You are such a great teacher.
Oh, thank you.
She's the one that taught me how to do those waves, and this is why I drop her name all the time. And this was like, what, 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
She is so great, you guys. We're gonna push her to start doing more tutorials on her Instagram,
guys,
so give her a follow, because she's epic.
So we gave her, she showed me a red carpet picture of one of my clients, Ella Belinsky, who is gonna be in the new Charlie's Angels movie. And we recently did a slick, kind of wet look. So we recreated it on her using the classic crystal bobby pins from my collection with KITSCH. And this is a look that seems intimidating, but you can do it on your own.
It was honestly so easy, guys. Whenever I see the wet hair look, I'm very baffled. I just look at it and I'm like, how? Because I feel like if I did it, I would feel greasy and like wet. And I just picture the product going all over my body, all over my outfit, and this is not the case at all. It literally feels like dry to the touch.
Right.
Which is so weird, and the style is really easy for you guys to recreate. Like I said, Justine's a great teacher, so I think that by the end of this tutorial, you will be able to get the wet hair look yourself and learn how to incorporate the really cool pins and hair accessories that we've been seeing everywhere, because I was really intimidated to use them for the longest time, and Justine just makes it so simple for you guys. So
let's get to it.
Let's let her take it away.
We prepped her hair with the TRESEMME Repair and Protect 7 leave-in conditioner and blow dried it in. This just gives a little bit of slip to the hair since this is a wet look. And most people think that a wet look is starting with your hair wet, but I actually always start with it dry. So if the hair's wet, blow dry it first and work in like a smoothing product.
Got it. So this is like a good hairstyle too if you like let it sit in for a little bit too, right?
Yes, totally.
Like don't like, I mean, you can wash it and go right into it, or you can like wait a couple days.
Totally, yeah. Good for second, third, fourth day hair when your hair has more texture and like...
work that grease.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. This is like the final day where you're like, I gotta wash my hair. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and brush her hair back. And this look, a lot of people ask if they have curly hair, if they can still do this. If you prep your hair by blow drying it first and using a smoothing product and getting the curl out, then you can maintain that when we add the texture to it. Because her hair is naturally wavy, I'm gonna go in and just flat iron out any kinks in her hair.
I feel like it would have just straight up just been like globs of oil. Let's go.
And once we add like the product, it is gonna bounce up a little bit, but I always like to just have a good foundation before I start. So I'm using the GHD Platinum Plus Styler. This is from NATALIE Hair, and it's a vegan nylon and soft bristle brush mixture, which is really good for smoothing the hair. So this is like an essential brush I feel like everyone needs.
The type of bristle matters, right?
Yes, totally. Like a good analogy that I recently heard from Natalie, actually, who makes this brush, is how many makeup brushes do you have for different things compared to how many hair brushes you have. Look, I'm looking at all your thousands of makeup brushes.
I know, right? When she said that, I literally looked at all my brushes and I have like hundreds sitting here. Like, this is just one bin. I have like 2 of these sitting here, guys, okay?
Since we're going to do the hair back off the face, once I get to the front, I'm gonna flat iron it back so that I'm already getting the direction of the hair set before I even put product in or anything. So I just take horizontal sections. I'm not worrying about getting this too perfect because we are gonna put so much product in, but this is just an opportunity to kind of even out the texture and get it all prepped before we go in.
By the way, guys, Justine works fast, like lightning fast. Like I've gone to her with soaking wet hair. She's like, done.
So as I'm getting to the top, instead of working with a part, I'm just directing the hair back with the iron. And so as I'm getting to the sides, instead of taking horizontal sections like this, I'm going in and taking vertical sections like this. So that way I can direct the hair back away from the face. And then I'm just gonna pay a little bit of extra attention to all these little baby hairs here.
You know what's funny? I always use my my travel straightener for my baby hairs.
Yeah, that's smart, totally.
I know they make specific ones
They
for
do.
baby hairs.
Yeah, they do.
But the travel one is already so small. I was like, I'm just gonna use that.
And then I'm just gonna set this. I just
Oh,
came out
cute.
with these new creaseless clips. I know. I'll leave you with these ones.
Oh my
These
god.
launch August 26th, but finally cute ones, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, so they won't leave the dent in your hair.
No. So it's
That
perfect
is
for
so
when you're doing
cute.
your makeup.
I feel like I can only wear my hair up during makeup tutorials
Yeah.
because my hair pisses me off when
I
I'm
know.
doing a makeup tutorial and it's down. I feel like I get so much product in my hair.
Totally.
But this is such a cute way to hold your hair back.
Totally. So these are from my collection with KITSCH. So this is my next drop, August 26th.
Oh, so cute.
So see, I'm already directing the hair back, so it already has that shape. And then I'm just gonna go in, and if I miss any ends, we'll just round them under.
So you are trying to get all the hair to look straight, right?
Yeah, because once we add
But it doesn't have to be like stick straight.
not
perfect
stick straight, but just smooth.
Okay.
Because that just makes it look a little more polished. But it just depends what look you're going for. Like, sometimes I do wet looks where I want it to be really textured, and then I go in and do curls all over the head.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so now that we have this done, I'm gonna start at the bottom just like I did with the flat iron. I'm gonna go ahead and control the roots because I want it all to slick back and not have her, like if she's going out tonight, I don't want her to have to worry about the hair falling forward.
So it'll stay back out of my face. Like I won't have to mess with it.
Exactly.
Ah.
So I'm gonna use hairspray at the roots, and then I just use a toothbrush and kind of direct it where I wanna see it. And then I let that dry.
I don't know why I put that hairspray on, like my roots felt so
It's
nice.
so cold. And then I'll just keep doing the same thing, like section by section. Spray it at the roots and then brush it down.
Is there anything in this technique or in this hairstyle that you would change for someone with really thin hair?
For wet looks with thin hair, you want to be careful because the wetness makes it look piecier. So you don't want
Especially like right here, right? You would see
Yeah.
like more lines.
You'll see I'm going to use a wax at the roots here, but for finer or thinner hair types, I would probably just use the hairspray because the wax would be too heavy.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Just like how I kind of separated the sides from the top, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm working with this as one section and then this as a second and third section.
Kyle's gonna have to take me on a date night.
Yes, you have to go out tonight for sure.
I know if you weren't doing another video, I'd be like, let's go to happy hour with the boys.
I know, that would have been so fun. Next time for sure.
Next
Let's do
time.
that for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna wait before getting to this top section. I'm just gonna finish this back section first. So through the ends and mid lengths, I'm just going to coat it in oil. And this is where you want to use a high quality oil because otherwise it will feel kind of greasy.
Got it.
So this is the ORIBE Gold Lust oil, and it's made to add that reflection to the hair without it feeling super greasy.
But it's not like a dry oil, right? Or is it?
Not a dry oil.
Got it.
So I just pump a few pumps on my hand, and then I'm just gonna rub it between my palms, and I literally am just gonna take the hair section by section and kind of run that oil throughout.
I'm so focused right now. I'm like, I need to
Taking
see.
notes. But I think be generous with the oil because your hair will dry out if you don't use a lot. Like you want to use enough where it coats your hair.
Like, do you think someone like me with really naturally really dry hair, it would soak up all that oil?
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly. So a few pumps per each section.
I love how every hair type has like their hair woes, you know?
Right? I know. I have thick hair too, dry hair too. So like most girls are like, oh, my hair gets greasy so fast I have to like wash it off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have the opposite problem. But see how even when I add the product, like the texture that I made in your hair by smoothing with the flat iron stays. So that's
wanted
why
to feel it.
Yeah. See, it doesn't feel.
I can hold back.
I know. I
No, it
always
doesn't
tell
feel
people wet hair is like an illusion. Like the hair's not actually wet. We're in the art of illusion, people.
Yeah.
The business of illusion. Now we've got this wet kind of texture throughout here. So this is where we'll start, and then I'll start working on this top section.
Do you feel like you run through an entire bottle of oil, or does like a little go a long way?
No, like see, I've had this one in my kit for a long time, and I'm only like halfway through.
Got it.
So yeah, it's more than you think it would be. So on this top half of your hair, I go in with a wax.
Oh,
So
okay.
that will give the control to keep all the hair back. I'm using FATBOY water wax, and you can already see that this has a really wet texture to it. You're like, what?
Yeah, I know,
does it
like,
look
I wanna see.
Traditionally, I think they made it for men
Huh.
because it has that like wet, shiny finish. So like
Like a greaser?
Yeah, totally. So I just put my toothbrush in it and I get a little bit on the edge of my toothbrush and then I'm gonna brush the roots down. And that adds a wetness to the roots that makes it look wet because hair really looks wet when the roots do, even if the ends dry out a little bit.
I've never heard of that wax, but I like the name.
I know, it's been a go-to of mine, like I use it a lot. So after I add that to the roots, and see, it adds a lot of hold. Like this hair is not going anywhere. And then after I add that to the roots, I'm just gonna do more oil through the ends.
So it's almost like you're doing like a flat iron with your hands when you're
yeah.
adding oil.
And even sometimes I just put it directly on the hair and then rub it in. Because my hands get so slippery when I start doing this.
Like your phone probably has like grease all over it.
Every time after, there's like a ton of hairspray all over my phone.
Are you adding more of that wax up there?
Yeah, so now I'm doing the same thing all the way till I get to the front.
Any one of these little toothbrushes.
Oh, girl, I know.
And those are like, that's meant for hair, right?
Yes, exactly. But you can use any flat bristle toothbrush, like a regular one. Just don't use the one that you use on your teeth.
Can you imagine you like go to use
my God.
it? So nasty.
I feel like people would do that, so I always have to say like, don't do that. Once I get to the sides, because I want this to be really flat, I'm going to use both the wax and the hairspray at the roots. So I'm going in with the wax first with the toothbrush.
My hair doesn't even feel heavy. It feels like really light.
Oh yeah, it's not like it's
kind of weird.
Much.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think when I see this hairstyle, I just imagine it feeling like heavy.
Like there's so much.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go in with hairspray, so that'll just keep that really clean. So I'm going to set this so it stays really flat here with the creaseless clips.
I feel like the creases is actually like super important with this hairstyle because of all the hair product, you get like a super...
And also, I think people don't realize how important it is to set the hair. While the hairspray is drying, I'm putting these clips in so it won't, once I take them out, it'll stay. Yeah. Okay, so same thing on this side. I'm just going to go in vertical sections and I'll use the wax at the roots with the toothbrush and then a little oil on the ends. I don't worry too much about like precision on the sides with the oil because I can go in at the end because the hair is less dense on the sides than it is in the back. So in the back, it's more important to go section by section to coat it, but the sides I can kind of do a little bit less and then do more at the end.
It looks so good already.
I know, it looks so pretty.
It's just crazy that it doesn't feel like anything.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry if you're wearing like a silk dress or something that it's gonna stain it or get oil stains
I know, because you have to think about those things when doing red carpet, right?
Totally.
You're like, I can't have you looking like there's product on your outfit.
Oh my God, that would be a nightmare.
Wait, have you ever had an experience where you dropped hair product on like a celebrity?
Oh my God, yes! When I first started, I did men's grooming as well. Yeah. And when guys have like thinning hair, you use like a hair powder that's colored. He was already in his white like shirt for under his
And you didn't like
tux.
cover him or anything?
Yeah, and I didn't cover it and it got on his shirt. And I was like, mortified.
Like, did he notice as it happened?
He noticed, then he was getting dressed and he's like, oh my God, what is this? And I was like, oh no. He was so nice.
Okay.
And literally was like, it's okay. Like, I'm wearing a jacket. You won't be able to see it.
When you do something like that, you learn in the future, like, okay, I'm going to cover them.
Learn, yeah.
I'm going,
this is why I always tell people it's so important to assist first because you learn 100%. These mistakes, like things you don't think about.
Exactly. And I was assisting for this gig. It was for W Magazine, and they had like literally everyone you can think of, like every Victoria's Secret model, like really, really big names. It was a Victoria's Secret model, I'll say that in case you guys want to like narrow it down. She's no longer a Victoria's Secret model, nor was she ever like a regular, and she was not an angel.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear. She was not an angel. we were instructed to use MAC Face and Body specifically on them, and you know, that's a very liquidy foundation. Like literally the tiniest drop, like...
Oh God, I'm already scared.
The tiniest drop of foundation, the drop landed on her and she literally goes, what is this? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I immediately try and like clean it. She literally rips the tissue like from my hand and starts to do it herself. Throws it and she goes, it's ruined. The lead artist comes at that very moment and he's like, oh, is she ready? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh my God, Melissa, amazing job. You look beautiful, like to the model. And she literally, I'm not even kidding, it was like switched to like, And I was like, no. And it was like, she literally just ripped me a new one. And I was like, oh, give me your shirt. I'll give it to wardrobe, who will know how to take this out.
Yeah.
She ignored me. Okay, we were on set for like 16 hours.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And she comes back. She makes it a point to come back at the end and tell me again if I have anything that will fix her shirt. And I'm like, why didn't you give it to wardrobe?
And you need to do it those type of things right away. Okay, you already have super thick hair, but I always go in with a powder. So you can use eyeshadow. This is Color Wow Root Concealer. It's made for hair, but you can also use a dark eyeshadow. And I just kind of fill in if you see any exposed scalp. Just makes everything look cleaner. You'll see the scalp more in photos because most people's scalp is really white compared to their skin. So this just kind of blends it so that it's not so obvious. A lot of people have uneven hairlines. Like, it's not normal to have a perfect hairline. So don't think you're abnormal if you have to use this. Literally every artist uses it.
Yeah, it's funny because even with my thick hair, anytime I've gotten my hair done for something like a shoot, they always put it in my hair.
So now that this has set, I'm gonna take out these creaseless clips. And it already looks really, I know, look at, see how clean it is? It's gorgeous. But we are gonna do, just for fun, we're gonna use these. These are also from my collection with KITSCH. They're the classic crystal oversized rhinestone bobby pin. People always ask me tips on like applying decorative bobby pins. So I hold the hair flat and then I'm gonna push this in. There we go. And these are great bobby pins if you have really thick hair because they are big. They're like oversized. They're not like normal bobby pins. So I know a lot of girls with thick hair like me have a problem with hair accessories because it doesn't hold the hair. So this definitely helps.
Oh my god, this looks so good.
It's so cute already. Oh my god, I love this. I love it. I love that hair accessories are in right now.
I know, and that's I keep seeing them, and I'm like, I haven't like ventured into wearing them. No.
But they're also a really fun way to just add something glam to a look.
Yeah.
And I think the big reason like hair accessories became big is because they make a photo look so much more interesting.
Yeah. I need to go to like a legit date night.
You do.
Kyle's gotta spend that buco bucks tonight. Yes. No taco truck tonight. I freaking love taco trucks.
Me too. It's my favorite. Okay, and then I'm just gonna make sure the front looks good.
It's so funny because if I had to like run to the grocery store, which I was thinking about like doing, I'm like,
oh my god,
I'm gonna go to the grocery store with my hair and makeup like this.
I go to the grocery store a lot crazier. And one time I was wearing like a jumper with a like puff sleeve shirt underneath, and the guy at the grocery store that was checking me out was like, "What's up with your costume?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean?" And he's like, "Your costume." And he was like, "Are you like in a play as like a prairie girl?" And I was like, "It's called fashion." I don't think I've been to the grocery store since then.
You're like, I'm traumatized.
Yes, seriously. I'm like, don't look at me weird.
I always end up having to walk the dogs in the middle of the day with a full face.
Oh my god.
But like, I'm usually wearing like sweatpants and like a sports bra.
Yes, yeah.
Like literally full freaking glam walking the dog.
If you're in West Hollywood, like, have you ever done Runyon? Everyone has a full face of makeup.
Yes, very true. And scene.
Right? Gorgeous.
Wow.
So now that we are done, I'm just going to seal it. I'm going to do another last coat of hairspray. And then I kind of just do a last run of oil through the ends. Everyone's nape of their neck tends to crawl forward or get messy looking. So sometimes if I notice that happening, especially with people that have wavy or curly hair or like cowlicks at their hairline, is I just gather the few pieces underneath and I'm just gonna put an elastic here. You won't even see it, but it just gives a cleaner finish.
So smart.
From the side. So see, you can't even tell.
Wow.
But it just kind of keeps everything clean. Cool.
Secret, you heard it here. Breaking news revealed. And we're gonna go straight into some sleigh shots.
Do you want me to
let me
get out?
Can you imagine? That concludes this tutorial. I hope you guys try rocking this wet hair look.
Tag us in the photos. I love seeing when people like learn something new and how everyone's interpretation of something's different.
Yeah, and definitely, like I said, follow Justine for hair inspo. She brings so much inspiration for me and my, because you know, the hair waves, that's all I know. So she brings so much inspiration. She's great. Give her a follow. Thank you for coming to do my hair. I gotta go on a really good date night now. Kyle, he better show up, okay?
She's ready.
But thank you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.
Bye.